Really early, I can tell from the snoring figure next to me that Natsuki is still asleep. I rub my eyes, struggling to open them. Reaching out to my bedside cabinet, I swipe my phone and check the time. Kawaii. Midday. There's no point going to school today. We already missed half of the day. Besides, I don't think Natsuki would be up for it after last night's... well... I sit up and decide to head downstairs and make breakfast for the two of us. She'll appreciate the effort. I try to be as quiet as possible in an attempt to not wake her up while I slip out from under the duvet. I head to the kitchen and decide to make something quick and easy so I can bring it to her. Searching through my fridge, I find some bacon. I start mixing together some pancake batter after a short search for the ingredients. As I'm cooking, I hear a light knock on the door. Anxious about leaving the cooking food, I rush to answer. It's Sayori. Hey Sayori, what are you doing here? I thought you'd be back at school. I step outside, closing the door behind me. Uh-oh! I don't want her to know Natsuki is here. I was planning on it, but I just couldn't get myself out of bed this morning. Are you cooking? It smells really sweet. Sayori peers through my window to see what I'm up to in the kitchen. Natsuki! Taking a look myself, I see Natsuki tending to the breakfast. Crap. I see what's going on, Lopsa. You do? Yes. You two are making cupcakes again. I can feel the sweat on my forehead begin to bed. I'm so done for. Yeah, it's supposed to be a surprise for the club. Neither of us were expecting to see you, though. I give Sayori a weak smile in an attempt to reassure her. Don't worry, your secret will be safe with me. Well, since you're busy, I'll leave you two lovers be. Okay, Sayori, see you. As she's about to leave, I stop her momentarily. I was just wondering, are you going to the club? I guess since I'm actually up, I might as well. Especially if you're bringing the cupcakes. Yeah. Sarah leaves without another word. Ew. Something tells me Sayori didn't take that well. Something just tells me that. Ugh. Again, I've watched so many different series, read so many books that I can pretty much kind of guess where we're going. Then my guts tell me that that might be a problem later on. I hope it isn't, but I get the feeling that it might be. Guess I'll have to convince Natsuki that we should cook a batch. She's nearly finished making our meal. The breakfast. It was supposed to be a surprise. I was going to wake you and have it all ready for you. Then Sayori knocked and I... You could have burnt your house down, dummy! Look! She points the spatula at the plate of charred pancakes. I guess we're even now, huh? You saved me and I saved our breakfast. A part of me wants to scold her for a warped perception of what even meant, but another doesn't want to bring up the events of last night with her. Decide I'll make a snide remark at most. Not quite. Maybe one day. Maybe. Natsuki is really something else outside the club. Maybe it's because she doesn't have to put up a show for other club members. They always call her cute, though I can surely see why. I set the table and sit down with Natsuki. At first she starts eating me almost viciously, but quickly snaps out of it, remembering I'm in the room. How is it? It's delicious. She continues to scoff her breakfast down, albeit at a slightly slower pace. Once we're both finished, I take her plate from her and place it in the dishwasher for her. So, do you want to do anything today? Well, I kinda promised Sayori that we've been making a batch of cupcakes for the club later. If you want to, then maybe we can set aside a few just for later. Natsuki immediately jumps from her chair, grabbing the apron and draped over the oven handle. Let's do it! Before I can react, she's staring through my cupboards and drawers looking for everything she needs, only occasionally stopping to ask where I keep certain utensils and ingredients. Ready to help? Of course. Hopefully I'll be more useful than last time. Better be. Natsuki playfully punches my shoulder. Gah! Don't tell me that seriously hurt. The door. Lopsa, I'm so sorry, I completely forgot. It's okay. It's only a bruise. You just caught me by surprise, that's all. Again, caught me by surprise is all. It doesn't sound right for me, so whenever there is all at the end of a sentence, I'm just gonna be referring to that's all, because that sounds better in my head at least. I'm having an extreme hard time trying to play it off. That genuinely hurt. I forgot how much power her small frame can deliver. What do you want me to do first? Well, I guess you gotta start preheating the oven to 350. 350? Jesus, none of the ovens here go above 250, so 350. Those are some incredible ovens there. I'll deal with the dry ingredients. I do my small part and watch Natsuki get started. She's so precise with her movements. It's almost hypnotic. Natsuki catches me staring at her, completely spaced out. Baka. What? I shake my head as I'm jerked back into the moment. You're staring. Do I seriously have to go to the slowest? Does it even matter? Oh, sorry. What next? I got everything ready to go besides the eggs. Could you crack them into this bowl for me while I set the tray liners? I grab the egg in each hand and grab both simultaneously. Show off. Yeah, so? What's the matter with me trying to show off for you? I finally got you. Okay, let's set it back. That's a bit too slow. I promise I won't be fiddling around with that setting too much. What do you mean? You get all embarrassed when I try to be sweet. Natsuki, you're adorable. Natsuki begins to prepare the cake batter. Lopsa, can we talk about last night? As much as I want to fully understand what happened, maybe we should leave that for later. Yeah, okay. Natsuki nods in agreement and returns to the batter. She quickly finishes mixing it and begins to distribute the batter evenly between the cups. I was the beater by hand and attached them to the mixture. I start to mix the icing. I should have done this last time. Now what, leave me to mix all the batter by hand? Yeah, well, you're stronger than you think. Natsuki huffs with an arrogant look on her face. And don't you forget it! The enticing smell of chocolate cupcakes begins to seep from the oven. It's going to be difficult to not eat any of the way onto the club. I drip blue food coloring into the icing. The timer rings and Natsuki opens the oven's door. Instantly, my entire house is filled with the mouth-watering scent of Natsuki's baking. At least this time you are paying attention. Instead of being, you know. Oh my god. These ones smell even better than the last batch. Natsuki sets them on the rack to cool for a few minutes while I finish the icing. Are you almost done? You have to get going soon. I stop the mixer for a moment and plunge my finger into the cobalt sea of sugar. I raise my finger to my mouth. Natsuki grabs my wrist and pulls my arm away from my face. She scoops the icing off my finger onto her own and promptly licks it off. Hey! What? You expect me to put your finger in my mouth? That'd be gross. Eh? You're only saying that because I did that to you. Of course, that makes you gross. I'm not gross. I can't help but crack a smile as I speak. It would be a lie if I said I didn't enjoy her teasing. It makes me so happy when she gets a reaction out of me. Even if only a tiny one. Natsuki and I ice the cupcakes and get ready to leave. Quickly I head to my room to get changed into my school uniform. Natsuki, without her formal, is forced to wear the clothes I gave her. Seeing as most of the teachers will have left by the time we arrive, it shouldn't end up getting into any trouble. I return to the kitchen for a moment to grab some tinfoil and cover the cupcake with it to protect them. Natsuki notices and heads out the door. I follow. As we're walking down the street, Sayori calls out to us from her door. Hey! Natsuki grabs my arm, signaling for me to stop walking as Sayori catches up. Ooh! I could smell those from my house. I can't wait. Is Sayori not going to question us? At all? No? Okay. Whatever. Natsuki, Sayori and I make our way to the school. Sayori is acting quite normal considering what happened just a few days ago. Come to think of it, Natsuki is too. Perhaps they wouldn't like to dwell on dark times. I don't blame them. I just can't help but be reminded of their traumatic events. Within a few minutes she arrives at school. Only the last few students trickle out the doors as it's the end of the school day. Who is this? Who is? Oh, he is. Go figure. Someone is trying to message me on Discord, right? Not now in the slightest. I've only been recording for 90 minutes. What the hell? Wow. It feels like we're a lot more into the story than 90 minutes. I feel like I've been recording for like 3 hours, but apparently not. The three of us make our way to the club room, being careful not to drop the cupcakes. I set the cupcakes down on the desk near the door. Hey, Yuri. Sayori runs up to Yuri and gives her a hug. I completely forgot what voice I'm supposed to be doing for Sayori. Oh, damn it. Sayori. Sorry, you startled me. Where have you two been? Not feeling well? Yeah, I wasn't feeling so good the past few days. I was really sick. Me too. Well, I'm glad you two are back now and healthy. Yeah. But Natsuki, where's your uniform? Oh, it was dirty. I didn't have time to wash it. But you'll get into all sorts of trouble with the teacher if they see you out of uniform. Well, that's why I skipped the rest of the school day. Yuri stares on Natsuki doubtfully. Instead of calling her out though, she changes the subject. By the way, I have a surprise for you all. Ooh, what is it? It's a surprise for a reason, Sayori. Just wait a moment, I'll show you all when Monika arrives. Lopsa and I decided since I was feeling better that we should make some cupcakes. I already missed the majority of classes this week, so what's one more day? Especially if it means I get to bake. Natsuki retrieves the box of cupcakes and lifts up the foil, showing off our handiwork. Such a deep shade of blue. They look delectable. Thanks. Eee! I can't wait, I'm starving. Not me, I'm stuffed. What do you mean? When I went over to Lopsa's house to bake, he made me breakfast. Aww, Lopsa, you're so sweet. Thanks, Sayori. I'm kinda thirsty actually. I'll be back in a second. So he walks out of the club room, turning to the fountain down the hall. Mere moments later, Monika walks into the club room from the other door. Hi, Monika. Wow, looks like everyone bothered to show up today. Natsuki bites her tongue. Yuri buried her head into her novel again. I'm left standing alone, fidgeting with my hands. Yeah, I guess. About time. She still seems pretty upset about the festival. I hope maybe our cupcakes will be a sufficient peace offering. Sayori turns carton of apple juice in hand. Hey, Moni. Hi, Sayori. What happened on Monday? Were you sick? Yeah, Lopsa had to take me to the hospital. Lopsa, I thought you said it was a family emergency. It was. Kinda, I know her for ages. It's basically like family to me at this point. Besides, I never seen her like that. I felt like I had to make sure she was going to be okay. And what about you, Natsuki? What's your excuse? I was sick too. And don't call it an excuse like you don't believe us or something. No, I do. It just isn't a good enough reason to have ruined the festival. I should have guessed that she was still up in arms about the festival. Of course, I mean, unless you were nearly dying, I certainly understood. And since you are both here, I take that wasn't the case. Whatever, just don't miss important things like that again, or there will be consequences. In an effort to break the hostile mood that Monika was causing, Yuri clears her throat. I have something for all of you. Yuri lifts her back onto a desk and unpacks a new tea set. It's not much, but I thought it'd be nice to share. The new set has 5 cups, one for each of us. Each one has one of our names painted on it in a different color. Ooh. The new teapot has Literature Club written in script across the middle of each side. Thanks, Yuri. This looks so elegant. Thank you. And the cups are a little bigger. Thanks, Yuri. This must have taken quite some preparation. Thanks. Yuri, clearly uncomfortable with the amount of attention being given to her, turns towards Monika, who hasn't said a word. Oh, good job, Yuri. Could she have sounded any more monotone? Yuri politely nods and radiates back to her novel. Sayori's writing something down. I can't make out what it is, but it looks like to be a poem. Hey Lopsa, come on. Natsuki, dragging me by the arm, pushes me down under the windowsill. She grabs the next volume of Parfait Girls from her set, replacing the volume from last night to its rightful spot. We sit and read this volume in silence, beside the occasional giggle from Natsuki. After around 20 minutes, Monika clears her throat to get our attention from across the club room. Ahem. Okay, everyone. It's time to share poems. I left my poem for Natsuki at home. I'm assuming Natsuki was unable to write one, and presumably Sayori too. Well, none of you even tried to. We all stay silent. Uh-oh. We're really pissing off Monika now. I kinda feel bad for her. Kinda. I did, but maybe we should just wait until tomorrow. Natsuki and Sayori probably couldn't write because they were ill. But I'm not sure about. Fine. Tomorrow it is then. We all gather around the table. Monika is spacing out. Something else must be bothering her. Either way, it's still no excuse to be so cold towards all of us. You know, I've been excited to use the new tea set. I'm going to boil the kettle. I assume you'll all be having a cup of tea? I nod silently. I'll get the cupcakes. Monika pulls a fresh piece of paper from her notebook and begins writing. Natsuki sets the cupcakes down in the center of the table. Yuri turns to with the kettle. Monika seems to be oblivious as to what's going on around her. She's writing furiously, pressing the pen deep into the paper. Steam begins to follow from the kettle and Yuri transfers the water into the pot. Yuri pours it into each of our respective cups. Moments of silence go by as if they were hours. Monika really killed the mood with her attitude. Sayori's already pilfered a cupcake from the tray and bites down into it. Oh, Natsuki, these are the best ones yet. You just haven't tried this recipe yet. Sayori, reaching for a cup of tea, accidentally tips it over, spilling its contents all over Monika's notepad. Of all the people, it had to be Monika. Okay, now I don't feel bad for Monika at all anymore. Jesus, do you have to be such a klutz? Get your act together, you're supposed to be the vice president. Monika's sudden snap takes us all off guard. Sayori, clearly flustered, knocks the overturned teacup onto the ground, shattering it across the classroom door. For Christ's sake, Sayori, do you even pay attention to what you're doing? You what? You're sorry again? Just like you were sorry about not showing up for the festival? And dragging Lopsa to the hospital with you? That was pretty selfish of you. Jesus Christ, Monika. Or Natsuki, considering she'd probably be weaseled her way out of reading anyway. Everyone besides Monika is in utter shock. Hospital? Why is she being so hostile? Sayori rushes out the room crying, quickly followed by Natsuki, who is attempting to comfort her. Yuri has moved from her usual seat to the other side of the room, her face buried in her novel. I stand and Monika glares at me. Monika, what the hell are you doing? Go take care of her. She clearly can't take care of herself. I want to scream at her for what she said. I have the urge to slap her. Instead, I rush out the door to console Sayori and Natsuki. I can hear them in the hallway upstairs, Sayori sobbing, feeling the otherwise silent hills. I run up the stairs to see her crying on the bench, Natsuki alongside her. Hey, it's okay. Monika's just being a... I don't know what she's doing, okay? She's probably had a really bad day or something. She's just taking it out on you. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. What I'm trying to say is, don't take it too hard. She knows that we are all looking forward to the festival. Maybe it just takes things like this harder than the rest of us. I don't care, Lopsa. That's not how you speak to people. I'm going home. Sayori stands. Oh crap. I'll walk with you tomorrow. But until Monika stops her campaign to hurt everyone, I'm staying the hell away from the club. Sayori wipes the remainder of hot tears from her cheek. Oh boy, here we go. Now the droid is starting to die. Oh boy. You two have fun dealing with her. Tell her that if she wants to talk, she knows where I live. Wait. Sayori, come back. We'll sort it out together. Doesn't that sound better? Yeah, come on, Sayori. It'll be easier this way. Sayori's entire attitude shifts. She's no longer crying. Face is completely blank. She turns to me. Lopsa, I'll see you later. I'm leaving. We can walk home with you. I don't really want to go back there anyway. Yeah, me neither. Sayori looks at the two of us and shakes her head. No. I just want to be alone right now. Okay, well, you should join us for dinner tonight. Natsuki gives me an odd look. Yeah? Did you just say join us? Well, yeah, that's part of the reason why Natsuki was already at my house this morning. She had a really bad night and... No, I'll just stay home. Maybe my mom will order some takeout. Have fun. Sayori turns and heads down the stairs. I've never seen her like that. Not even when I caught her trying to... Natsuki, could you give me a second? What are you doing? I just need to call someone quickly. Sayori nods and takes off to wait at the end of the hallway. Worried, I ring her mother, who's already at home. I explain what happened and she tells me that there's no reason to be worried. She explains that the doctor had given her some antidepressants during the last trip to the hospital. She tells me that it could just be a side effect of the drugs. That is actually a fact. That's actually a true fact. Some antidepressant medicine have anger as it's one of its side effects. However, when you are going to depression, when you have depression, one of the symptoms is anger. So it's really hard to tell if it's your condition that's making you angry, if it is the medicine. But from my personal experience, I can just feel it being a bit of both. So it's hard to tell if it's medicine or if it's just your depression doing it. But if it's going like over the top, if you're feeling angered, if the anger is going over what normally happens, then it's the medicine, which is currently something that I'm dealing with. I let her know that I'm still concerned and to please keep an eye on her. Sayori's mom brushes me off and wishes me a good day. Still worried sick about Sayori, I catch up to Natsuki. Listen, do you want to go back to the club or... Like hell I'm going back. Not while that bitch is there. Well, I still need to get my bag and stuff, so I guess I'll meet you back at the entrance. You okay with that? Fine. I'll wait. Thanks. Hurry up though. I take off back downstairs to the club room. Bursting through the door, Yuri nearly jumps out of her seat and Monika, writing on new trier page of a notepad, turns to face me. What do you want? None of your business. Leaning down at my desk, I pick up my backpack and sling it over my shoulder. Moving back towards the exit, Monika tries to get my attention. Lopsa, what's wrong with you? I turn and stare at her in utter disbelief. What the fuck is wrong with you, Monika? Ever since we accidentally ruined your festival, you've been nothing but pure venom to the club. You were needlessly rude to both Sayori and Natsuki, neither of which are in a mental state capable of handling that right now. I understand that it was a big day and it was important to you, but you have no right to lose your shit on us. And don't think I didn't hear about what you said to Yuri. I was only partly telling the truth. I knew that Monika had said something to Yuri, but I didn't know what. Oh, is that so, Lopsa? Well, you do know what she's been doing, don't you? Yeah, I do. Yuri's eyes are locked onto me, peering over her book. She's shocked, but won't call my bluff. Yeah, she's been trying to sabotage the club, we know. She doesn't want any new members. Not only that, but I caught her rummaging through your stationery yesterday. I only told her that she was being a selfish bitch. Monika turns and points at Yuri. You can't fool me, Yuri. I know exactly what's been going on here. Monika, that's way over the line. How paranoid are you to think? Shut up and listen to me. You're the real reason that the festival was cancelled. I could give a shit that Sayori is sick. Of course, Yuri wanted me to let it go, so I'll tell you the same thing I told her. This is my club. We do what I say. Do I make myself clear? Crystal clear. But there's one thing. Yuri, care to explain? Oh dear. Fuck you, Monika, you crazy bitch. Do you not see that this is... Hey there. Don't cut too deep now, Yuri. Whatever Monika meant by that, Yuri was affected. Mortified, she drops her novel to the ground and falls back into her chair, stunned. Shoving me out of the way, marches over to Yuri. She stumbles off the desk and backs away into the closet. Monika follows her. I watch from behind all the commotion. She grabs her by the wrist and yanks her sleeve up. Oh, what a shame. You couldn't just help yourself, could you? What did I say, Yuri? Yuri stays silent, her eyes tearful. Monika moves closer, forcing her to make eye contact. Maybe I didn't make myself clear, Yuri. What did I say? I can't believe what I'm seeing. If I didn't shut up, you'd tell the club. That's right. If you dare criticize my ability to lead the club again, Yuri, everybody's gonna know about this. Everyone. What do you think they feel about you knowing that what you do behind closed doors? My blood is boiling. I'm just about ready to knock her out. Monika, what the hell has gotten into you? You're crazy. Monika lets go of Yuri's arm, pushing Yuri and the desk away from her. Looking at me, she speaks up. You want to see crazy, Lopsa? I'll show you crazy. From her school blazer, she pulls a sheet of paper neatly folded. She thrusts it into my hand. This one. This one. Get out of my head times 50. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But the poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. That is crazy. What the hell is this? The poem that Sayori sent me on the morning of the festival. Bullshit. We both know that's not true. She told me everything after. It was supposed to be her suicide note. Suicide note? What the hell is wrong with you? Sayori, she'd never... Monika. I shake my head in disbelief. Wordlessly I storm out of the club room. I walk down the vacant hall towards the front doors. I can see Natsuki standing outside through the glass. Are you okay, Lopsa? You look a little... I'll be okay. It's just Monika who's not okay. I show Sayori's poem to Natsuki on the walk back to my house. She can't believe what she's looking at either. You know, Lopsa, that's serious. You think we should check up on her? After what happened earlier? Yeah, definitely. First we head back to my house just to drop off our school bags. We head towards Sayori's house. I knock on Sayori's door. She answers the door but just stares at us. Hey Sayori, we just wanted to check in on you. I'm fine. I told you that already. I ordered pizza and was just about to eat it. You two enjoy making your dinner. She edges the door shut. Wait, Sayori. I wedge my foot into the door before she can close it on us. She tries again, but harder this time. Monika gave me this. I nudge Natsuki and she nods, giving Sayori the poem. Oh yeah, I forgot I sent that to her. Whoops. Listen, Sayori, if you ever want to hang out or if you need anyone to talk to, Lopsa and I are always happy to listen. We are all friends after all. Sayori forces a laugh. Sure, Natsuki. Where I can find you? Lopsa's place? There you go. I knew it. It's so obvious that it was going to hurt. It was going to hurt her a lot. Like you can't make that up. It was so obvious that it was going to hurt seeing Natsuki there. Because Sayori loves us, but we don't. In this game, in this version, we love Natsuki. Or we care about Sayori, but we don't love Sayori. So, yeah, this is the problem. If you have too many girls wanting you, or if you love someone other than the person who is loving you, it creates a big problem, which is, well, this. I didn't think you cared that Natsuki was staying with me. You really... I should really sit down with Sayori and explain the situation. Sooner rather than later. Natsuki and I head back home to eat and get settled in for the night.